They say that in the transfer window, always expect the unexpected, and today's been one of those days. So let's discuss the leaks of Gabriel Jesus completing his Arsenal transfer, Chelsea's attempt to hijack Arsenal target Raphinha, the latest on Lisandro Martinez, and the future of Bernard Leno. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Bowers14. Welcome back to your boys channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing. We have got so much to talk about today, so don't forget to smash a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you are new, help your boy on his road to 100k, and let's get into the Arsenal transfer news and starting off with an update on the forwards. Now let's just say we have two different avenues to go towards. You've got the good news and you've got the bad news. Let's start off with the good news, and that is our striker for next season, our brand new number 9 to be, Gabriel Jesus. Man City and Arsenal have done their part. The player was set for a medical today, and we have some exclusive photos of Gabriel Jesus being greeted by the Arsenal technical director Edu as he arrives at Norton Coffee for his medical today. You can see him there, he's gleaming, he's smiling in the sunshine. A little hug with Edu. This is basically confirmed the deal has gone through. The question now is, did he pass that medical? Well, according to Fabrizio Romano, the medical was successfully completed for Gabriel Jesus in London today as expected. He is a new Arsenal player until June 2027. It's all signed and completed between the clubs too. The official statement is now pending. I expect an announcement in the next day or so, potentially tomorrow, maybe Thursday, but Jesus is officially an Arsenal player. There is so much excitement about the player, and there will be further in-depth breakdowns on the player on this channel very soon. But now we have the good news out of the way. Let's talk about the Arsenal wide targets of Raphinha. Arsenal had been advancing in negotiations, they had made the second offer, but in terms of today, it all starts off around 5 PM UK time when the reliable Matt Law of the Daily Telegraph said that Chelsea are giving serious consideration to a bid for Raphinha. The article itself didn't worry me initially because all it confirmed was Chelsea had genuine interest, and that interest has been known for a while via Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein. I myself was looking at it as potentially a wake-up call for Arsenal, maybe leaks by Leeds United to get Arsenal to up their offer, but as the clock reached 7 PM UK time, in came a dagger from David Ornstein, and it's not a good one. Saying exclusive, Chelsea close into agreeing a fee north of £55 million with Leeds for Raphinha, but it's not done yet. Chelsea now are the best place with Leeds United, and the 25-year-old's long-term favourites Barcelona can't afford it at present. Arsenal are not currently at the required price. Close to an agreement was hard to take in, but then you had another dagger, as Fabrizio Romano says that Chelsea and Leeds have full agreements for Raphinha. The official bid accepted around £60 to £65 million, add-ons included. Main part of the amount is to be paid immediately. Talks are now ongoing on the player side on personal terms and contract. Full agreement on the price tag, and that ultimately has been the biggest issue. In terms of our club Arsenal, well, according to Fabrizio, we had a meeting with Leeds and made a new verbal bid in the last hours, but it was turned down by Leeds United. Barcelona also called Leeds again, but no chance to match Chelsea's bid. So Arsenal made their second offer verbally, and it was reportedly around £50 million. Chelsea came in with a far better offer, 55 plus add-ons, and the key part here is Chelsea are paying that in a one-off installment immediately, whereas in terms of Arsenal, I believe the deal would have required a lot more add-ons and a lot more installments. And even according to Jacob Steenberg of The Guardian, he understands that Chelsea are close to a £55 million deal with Leeds for Raphinha, but must convince him to join them over Arsenal or Barcelona. So even though Chelsea have technically agreed the deal, and I'm not trying to give you guys any false hope, as Ben Jacobs says, Raphinha still has not decided on his next club. Arsenal and Chelsea could end up in a bidding war, and Leeds ideally want £60 million plus. There's no confirmation that the player has picked Chelsea over Arsenal, but it's not a matter of rejection by the player. This is a matter of Arsenal not paying that £55 to £65 million price tag that Leeds have asked for. And Chelsea have come in with a brand new owner looking to make a statement, and they have seen an opportunity to take one of Arsenal's key targets, and Todd Bowley surely understands that that is a major power play to get on the side with the Chelsea fans and to show them that he is an adequate replacement for Roman Abramovich. So what we have here is a case that potentially, if Arsenal were to go in with another offer and match Chelsea's offer, that would then give the player an option to have a choice between Arsenal or Chelsea. And this is the case according to Mauricio Simplicio of Goal Brazil. Leeds United like Chelsea's offer for Raphinha, but are now waiting for Arsenal to make their move. Now myself, I'm not looking into these reports too much because in my opinion, what Chelsea have with Thomas Tuchel is a better team right now in terms of the squad, a team that's in the Champions League, a team that can afford him financially. I do believe that Arsenal are gargantuan, but if it was Chelsea versus Arsenal, if we are to be realistic and to look at all of the variables, do you believe that Raphinha would choose Arsenal over Chelsea? Let's not forget that the agent of Raphinha is Deco, a player that used to play for Chelsea, and Todd Bowley is trying to make a statement to the Chelsea fans, trying to sign Raphinha and Raheem Sterling. It looks like Raphinha is not coming to the Emirates and instead going to Stamford Bridge. It is a massive blow to the Arsenal fans because so many of us were getting so excited, and I guess tomorrow is going to be a massive day to understand if Arsenal are going to match Chelsea's offer, and would you guys like to see Arsenal enter a bidding war for the player? But what are your own thoughts on this entire transfer saga, and what do you think Arsenal should do next? But with Raphinha looking set for Stamford Bridge, it looks like Arsenal might have to turn to alternatives, and one might be Serge Gnabry. As according to reports by Kicker in Germany, Bayern are considering sending Gnabry into the stands next season if he stays at the club without extending his contract. The player is not impressed by this plan. Serge Gnabry is a player that so many Arsenal fans dream to bring back to the Emirates Stadium. It's been confirmed in the past by the likes of Christian Falk that Arsenal have had interest, and ultimately what you have here is a player that is in his final year of his Bayern contract. With these recent reports that are coming out, they are indicating that Bayern are getting annoyed now. The price tag is reportedly only 40 to 45 million euros. That is less than Raphinha, but of course the massive part is the wages, up to £300,000 a week, with the £50 million bids that they have put forward for Raphinha and the amount of wages that they have cleared up over the past few seasons. Technically speaking, Arsenal do have the finances to make a move happen. As things stands, I just don't see any reports coming out from reliable reporters saying that Arsenal are going to firm up their interest, and it looks like Gnabry is more of a dream of the Arsenal fans than it is of Arsenal Football Club. That being said, if Raphinha is going to Stamford Bridge, would you guys like to see Arsenal make a move for Serge Gnabry? And if not, what other wide forwards are there on the market that you would like to see Arsenal target? I've heard Arsenal fans say Moussa Diaby, I've heard Michael Olise, some fans are saying Harvey Barnes, Jarrod Bowen, but as it stands, it looks like Arsenal are going to have to turn to plan B in terms of the wide forwards. Moving on to the future of William Celiba. This is a player that has 2 years left on his current Arsenal contract, and of course Marseille have tried their best to sign him. They have put forward a €30 million offer to Arsenal, but Arsenal's answer is a massive no. They want to keep Celiba as per Fabrizio Romano, and as confirmed by Mikel Arteta himself, he wants Celiba to return and be a part of his team going into next season. The latest report is from Team News and Ticks, who says that I expect Celiba to stay with a juicy new contract, a 2-year extension I think Arsenal are proposing. Now this source itself actually isn't as known, but one thing is for sure is earlier in the day, these guys were the first ones on the case of Raphinha and his move to Chelsea, so it seems like these guys know what they're talking about. And a 2-year contract extension makes a lot of sense. It will take Celiba's overall contract to 4 years, and ultimately it secures his future at Arsenal Football Club. As per the likes of Chris Wheatley and David Ornstein, thus far all of the indications that are coming from the camp of Celiba is that he does want to stay. Therefore, if that is to be the case, as long as he gets the bumper contract, the increased wages and the opportunities to play in the first team, then I don't see why Celiba would not sign that brand new contract, and hopefully we get to confirm very soon. Charles Watt says that Arsenal are awaiting a response after submitting a second offer for Lisandro Martinez that Ajax are currently mulling over. Goal has been told by sources close to the player that the second bid is believed to be total around £35 million plus bonuses. The fact that Ajax have not rejected Arsenal's second bid for Lisandro Martinez in some ways can be seen as positive, because that means that these guys are thinking deeply and they might believe that this offer might be the best they get, and potentially they cashed in on the player. And even according to the reliable Ruben Uria of Goal, Arsenal's €40 million plus bonuses offer for Lisandro Martinez is being studied by Ajax. Now everything seems to indicate that Martinez is very close to leaving Ajax. I still believe there will be a lot of negotiations behind the scenes, and we might see a mid-ground of around 45 million euros, and that might be the golden price tag to agree a transfer. But one thing is for sure, the player wants to move to the Premier League, and according to Charles Watt, Martinez, whilst remaining appreciative of Ajax, is understood to be keen on a move to the Premier League this summer, and is awaiting news of Ajax's response to Arsenal's improved bid. That of course is only going to help Arsenal and their cause. But one thing you have to understand is that Arsenal aren't the only club in the Premier League that also have interest. As per many reliable reporters, Manchester United also want to sign Lisandro Martinez. They of course have the ex-Ajax manager in Erik ten Hag. As we have seen in the case of Raphinha, with Arsenal negotiating if they don't pay up the price tag, it is very possible that another giant club like Man United that do have the finances can come in, agree a deal, soup for the player, and then you'll have two main Arsenal transfer targets in Raphinha and Lisandro Martinez taken from the grasps of Arsenal Football Club. Therefore, it is now very key that Edu Gaspar potentially speeds up negotiations, agrees a deal as soon as possible to ensure that we do not have another case of Raphinha and the heartbreak for us Arsenal fans. According to Team News and Ticks on Yuri Tielemans, Arsenal are confident about signing him. They think it's one they can leave and come back to towards the end of the window. The fee that Arsenal are talking about and the fee that Leicester wants isn't millions apart, so there's a very good chance. Now I can understand Arsenal's strategy here. They have put Tielemans on the back burner and they are trying to get a deal over the line for Raphinha, Martinez, but Leicester are a club that are very organised. They will give their players a certain amount of time to get the move sorted out, and Arsenal's strategy of maybe leaving it towards the start of the season, it might not be the wisest of moves. On one hand, it gives Leicester extra time to negotiate a brand new contract, and secondly, and maybe more importantly, it gives other teams the opportunity to come in, agree a fee, and take another key Arsenal transfer target off the market and out of our hands. You might have a case where Arsenal would have seen what's happened with Raphinha, and they might act now as soon as possible on Yuri Tielemans. According to Kicker in Germany, Bernd Leno seeks a departure from Arsenal as he looks to strengthen his chances of making Hansi Flick's Germany squad for the World Cup. 1 year remaining on his current deal, Fulham and PSV are interested. The fact that Arsenal have announced the arrival of Matt Turner, that guy is the brand new Arsenal number 2, and it almost confirms the departure of Bernd Leno. 1 year left on his contract, this is the prime time for Arsenal to get some money, and what you have here is a case where the player wants to leave and a lot of teams have interest. So therefore, if I'm Arsenal, I'm using their interest as leverage in negotiations, upping the price tag as much as possible and potentially getting 10 to 15 million pounds for a full German international who has a vast amount of Premier League experience, and he might not be the greatest goalkeeper with his feet, but in terms of just pure goalkeeping when it comes to making saves, then Leno is a very good goalkeeper in that aspect. And moving on to the other Arsenal news today, and starting off with an Arsenal young left back that has thrived for England's under-19s, as Norton Coffee started for England against Italy in the under-19s Euros semi-final, and in the game itself, Norton Coffee actually gave away a penalty which led to Italy's first goal, which isn't ideal, but in spite of that, England were able to come back, win the game 2-1, and now Norton Coffee will play in the finals of the Euros under-19s. Now for Arsenal, it's going to be very key to see what they do with the player once he returns to the Emirates Stadium. Is he going to go out on loan once again? Is he going to be involved in the first team, maybe in the Europa League? And the key part here is, do Arsenal trust their current right backs in Cedric Suarez and Takehiro Tomiyasu? And finally, the release dates of Arsenal's All or Nothing documentary have now been confirmed. Thursday the 4th of August, episodes 1 to 3 will go live. Thursday the 11th of August, episodes 4 to 6 will go live. And Thursday the 18th of August, episodes 7 to 8 will go live. The All or Nothing documentary's trailer has been officially released, and I know towards the end it's not the ideal ending, but as an Arsenal fan I'm still pretty intrigued to watch it, to see how the Arsenal manager, the Arsenal first team are behind the scenes, to see how the halftime talks are, the pre-match talks, to see how Edu Gaspar works behind the scenes in terms of transfers. But how excited are you, and are you going to watch Arsenal's All or Nothing documentary? But that is the video there and there. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and subscribe if you are new. If you would like to follow your boy on all of his social medias, then the links will be down below in the description. But that was today's episode of the Transfers FC. I hope you guys have enjoyed. A massive blow for Arsenal. Raphinha potentially to stand on the bridge. Will Arsenal respond? We're going to have to wait and see. Until then, take care of yourselves and have a bit.